This is a sneaky good clip. Check this out. I mean, it's shaky as all get out, but look on the left side of the screen.
Stay centered for me, Matt.
I wish it was longer, but something about this feels real to me. I'm not sure if it's just because there seems to be a lot going on in this video, like the camera shaking, the water's rough, and then just off to the side there we got old Bigfoot. Like if they were going to film a hoax, they probably could have picked a different spot or easier conditions. Does anyone have any more information on this clip?
Through all my years of sifting through Bigfoot and cryptic content, I have never seen this clip.
In 2001, an IMAX crew captured the breathtaking migration of caribou across the Arctic. But nearly a decade later, sharp-eyed viewers spotted something the filmmakers didn't. A dark, towering figure moving with the herd. This takes place in some of the most remote terrain on Earth. The filmmakers reached this location only by helicopter, ready to film the massive caribou migration in stunning detail. But when the footage was revisited years later, a strange silhouette appeared in the background, pacing the herd. Given a caribou's height, this figure was massive, and yet it matched the animal's stride for stride. I mean, at full speed, caribou can run like 40 miles per hour, making it impossible for a human on foot to keep up. Some are saying that this is genuine Sasquatch evidence, the gliding, almost weightless movement matching what many eyewitnesses describe. Skeptics have suggested that it could be some type of dirt bike or ATV rider, but both of those vehicles would be nearly impossible to get to this location. Plus, the way the figure kind of briefly rises before ducking down and waves up, it doesn't really match how a rider would move. The Great North crew insists it wasn't one of them. Funny enough, the director of the documentary didn't have any idea this was going on until it hit the mainstream news. No, I'd never risk putting one of my people in front of a stampeding herd. Personally, I find this clip pretty hard to dismiss. The remoteness, the effortless gait. I mean, it's got all the hallmarks. So what do you think? Was Bigfoot captured out here in the Arctic wilderness? Is this somehow just an optical illusion? I don't know, interested in your thoughts on this one. Hidden in the Alaskan wilderness of the 1930s, a prospector snapped what some call the earliest alien photo ever captured. One shot, one moment frozen in time. The man claimed he encountered a strange, child-sized figure dressed in white, wandering miles from civilization. Armed with only his camera, he took off after it, chasing it through the trees, desperate to prove what he saw. He eventually gained ground and managed a single photograph before the figure vanished without a trace. Nearly a century later, his grandson enhanced the image with AI, revealing a 3-foot humanoid. Its right side is blurred as though it's cloaked in something unnatural. Skeptics are arguing that this is nothing, just that it's AI or someone threw an old film grain filter on some random image. But others believe this could also be evidence of a miniature Bigfoot, on top of the first alien visitor ever caught on camera, decades before Roswell. Personally, I love that the original uploader used an AI system to try to help uncover what was behind the grainy film. I think the strange cloaking blur makes this photo more than just a coincidence. I mean, to think this thing is almost 100 years old. I don't know, it feels like genuine proof of something. Something that is not from this world. Let's discuss this in the comments. Drop your thoughts below. In the wake of Harlan Ford's death, a forgotten reel of Super 8 film emerged. Footage some claim captures the Honey Island swamp monster in its own domain. Ford, a lifelong explorer of Louisiana's remote marshlands, had reportedly kept this film locked away for years. When it surfaced, the grainy, shaky images showed something moving among the cypress shadows. Something large, upright, and unlike any known animal. The clip quickly ignited fierce debate. Some researchers swore it was a once-in-a-lifetime glimpse into the creature's world. Others dismissed it outright, pointing to the blurred frames and limited quality as evidence it could be anything, or nothing at all. Skeptics argue the figure might have been just a man in waders or an elaborate hoax staged for thrills. But my gut tells me Ford truly captured something alive. Something that doesn't fit neatly into our catalog of swamp wildlife. If that's the case, then the Honey Island swamp monster might not just be legend, but more so history hiding in plain sight. I know we have some seasoned cryptid vets in this community, so what do we think about the Honey Island swamp monster? Real? Bigfoot? Hoax? Another animal? Another creature?
Why not? Oh! Oh, Zay! Yes! Oh! Zay, are you okay? What happened? They're okay. Let's fight me.
Oh my. Now, if I'm going to armchair quarterback this one or look down on this guy from my ivory tower, I mean, what are you doing, dude? You threw your toddler on the ground. Now, I know that there are instances in life that, you know, you're sitting back, a situation happens, saying, I would never do that. Well, I don't really know what I would do if I was bitten on the leg by a raccoon while I was holding my kid, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't throw him on the ground. I'm pretty sure. What I do know is, if that footage was taken on my Ring doorbell camera, it would never see the light of day. It would never see the light of day. You hear his wife say something like, is everything okay? No, it's not. Yeah. I wonder if they'll play that in divorce court. Probably.
A lone hiker in Maine snapped a photo that some say could be the most compelling capture ever in Maine. While trekking through the wilderness, the hiker captured a massive jet black figure lurking behind a tree. The image shows a wide, hairy figure, much broader than any average human. Its dark coat sticks out like a sore thumb. Unfortunately, that also blocks us from seeing his face. There is accompanying video with this.
Something's been making a lot of noise behind my house, and it's pretty creepy. I'm gonna get out of here.
So I can't really make out how they fit together. Personally, to me, the still photo looks way bulkier, what my kids might jokingly refer to as a big back. The figure in the video is much more intriguing to me. So what say you guys? This doesn't feel like it's the same Sasquatch. A California homeowner's security cam may have just caught a mythical creature darting through their backyard. The clip is short, only a few seconds, but it shows a tiny figure sprinting across the yard in the late evening. I can't really tell if that's the shadow it cast against the back wall or if that's the figure. I mean, the thing can't be bigger than 2 feet tall. In Latin American folklore, this matches descriptions of a duende, a mischievous goblin-like being said to haunt forest, homes, and even gardens. Skeptics in the comments are arguing that this is probably just some small animal distorted by the way the sun is shining. I don't know, man. That looks like something running to me. And I ain't talking about a raccoon. So this next clip I found digging through my old Bigfoot honey hole. Through the faint voices, it sounds like it might be taken on the side of a road in Russia. It's covered in snow. You can see as the guy drives by, the creature moves off to the right side of the screen. I guess he double backs and tries to chase it. The footage is so grainy that you can't really tell. I mean, look, this could be his girlfriend for all I know. She said, "Let me out right here." And he was dumb enough to do it. That could explain why it looks like the creature's covered in hair. She might just be bundled up. Now, I really do think this is a legitimate sighting. Let me know your thoughts, though. I'll tell you this, if this is his girlfriend, I know one thing she's not gonna like, and that's him videotaping her, traipsing through the snow. Anyhow, I'd love to know if anyone knows more about this video. A couple thought they were staring at a fallen log, until Google told them otherwise. In July of 2021, while hiking the Lover's Lane Trail in Olympic National Park, the couple noticed a dark figure near the Solduke River. It wasn't moving, just standing there, blending in, but not quite. They watched for a bit, figured it was a log, and continued their hike. Bing, bang, boom, end of story, right? Not exactly. Months later, they randomly did a Google image search of that area. And what popped up? Reports of large humanoid figures spotted along that same trail. And down the rabbit hole they went. They don't know which way is up, so they need our help. Is this just a bizarre coincidence? Did they unknowingly witness a real Bigfoot?
This is an amazing capture here. Look at that move the hawk put on when he came to the fence. Rocky Mountain Sasquatch was sent this footage from a friend of theirs who is a Bigfoot enthusiast, and they immediately recognized the location. As the story goes, at around 5:30 p.m., a deer hunter and his son were on their way to town from deer camp. They happened to spot a mysterious figure dressed in head-to-toe brown, roughly 300 yards away. Now, this is in the middle of hunting season. And what caught their eye is that he didn't have on his blaze orange. So what was he doing out there? He could have easily been mistaken as an animal, especially in this popular hunting spot. The hunters zoomed in on the figure with their cell phone and recorded the footage and realized that this may not actually be a human. As they looked closer, what they originally thought to be brown clothing now may appear to be fur. After they received the footage, RMS decided to investigate the area the next day. And to their surprise, they found 3 other people already on the scene, trying to corroborate this Bigfoot sighting. 2 of the groups were in a truck communicating with walkie-talkies, and the others were out searching for footprints. RMS knew their suspicions were correct. Others had seen the footage and were out there looking as well. He actually pulled up to one of the trucks and asked, "Are y'all investigating a Bigfoot sighting?" The man said it was hilarious the shocked look he got. They felt relieved after witnessing the other investigators on site. He said you never know if the footage you receive might be a hoax, but these hunters genuinely did not know what they had caught on film. Rocky Mountain Sasquatch decided to join forces with the other investigators to search a well-known Bigfoot sighting hotspot adjacent to where the footage was taken. They then expanded their search to other nearby Bigfoot sighting locations within a 20-mile radius of the filming location. Towards the end of the day, they stumbled upon 2 Bigfoot tracks near a creek, 2 miles away from their initial search area. The tracks measured 16 inches in length and 8 inches wide at the toes, tapering to 6 inches wide at the heel. This discovery added to their excitement, and they were intrigued in uncovering more about the figure and the footprints. Now, I don't know if those are Bigfoot prints or not, but the figure in the video actually looks like Bigfoot. Let me know what you guys think of this. Could this really be Bigfoot or just another well-orchestrated hoax? Check this one out. The keen vision of raptors enables them to fly quickly and strike with incredible precision. Given this, and having observed this behavior several times, I began to wonder which of the finches was the main target of the hawk. The hawk no doubt left with something to eat, but did it have to switch its focus mid-strike when the finch on the left tried to escape? This happened so fast that it's possible the left finch is actually in the hawk's grasp. Furthermore, the owner of the feeder and camera setup claims that the hawk caught 2 of the 3 finches in a single swoop. Very impressive. Since all I have is the video, I can only confirm that this was a successful hunt. Hawks are known for their exceptional eyesight and can spot rabbits from a mile away. So adjusting mid-flight and grabbing the next bird or snatching up both birds in one go is definitely within the realm of their capabilities. The picture hit social media and caused a minor frenzy in the southern United States. Trail camera footage from October 14th of 2022, taken in southern Louisiana, left a lot of people scratching their heads. In the picture, you can obviously see a big ball or a mound of hair, and honestly, it may be just that. Or it could be something else. Many people think this trail camera captured a Sasquatch running, or shying away, hiding its face from the camera. Others think it's a bear, or just photoshopped. Some online viewers had some funny things to say about it. It could be a potential Ewok, a tumble pig, the hair from the shower drain, and one guy even said he's pretty sure that's his mother-in-law. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think it could be. To me, the footage doesn't show any definitive evidence, but maybe someone can make something out of it. I'd be curious if you have an idea. Incredible. It actually blows me away. Oftentimes in mating seasons, two bucks will spar with each other to attract a potential mate, and sometimes their antlers become positioned just right and they lock. I've shown cases of two bucks with their headgear interlocked before, and they have always had a happy ending. Well, this one is no different. Taking place in Kansas, a game warden has answered a call about the bucks being locked together. As he follows them deeper into the tree line, they stop at a stream. The officer is able to throw something over the two deer, and what he does next is incredible. Looks like something out of a movie. The warden draws his service pistol and snipes the antlers of the deer. Don't worry, he doesn't hit the deer. There wouldn't be a video if he did, I imagine. Instead, he shoots and is able to clip the deer's antlers and free them. Crazy. Of course, the shot scares both of the deer, so they jump. But if you look at the deer that leaves out of the right of your screen, you can see he's missing some antlers now. Hey, a small price to pay to keep on living. They'll grow back. This is pretty creepy footage. So the owner of the property, who says he's lived here for 15 years, he has never seen anything like this. A man named Robin Searcy only opens his gate when he needs to, closing it right back to keep his dogs from running through the neighborhood. He always shuts it. However, one morning he says an unexpected overnight visitor left it open. He awoke the next morning to see notifications on his phone that there was movement behind his house around 2 a.m. As he checks his camera, he was pretty startled. What he saw was a young girl coming onto his property in a nightgown. He had no idea what she could have been doing there. He thought his eyes might be playing tricks on him, but the next morning, he looked around and saw that his gate was left open. He zoomed in and looked at the footage every which way, but he didn't recognize her. He took the footage to some neighbors to see if they recognized the young girl, but no one did. They had never seen her before, and the direct neighbor to his right didn't catch her on his camera. Searcy thought he had a ghost on his hands. The fact that she's dressed that way makes me feel like something more sinister might be at play. Like she escaped from a kidnapper or something and is looking for help. I don't know. Searcy reached out to the local news station and they came out and did a special on it. Now, fast forward to about a week later. A woman shows up at the police station. Not a little girl, a woman. She came forward and said that the photo on the outdoor camera footage was her, and that her car had broken down, and she was looking for help. She didn't give any other details, but still a very surprising thing to wake up to. I'm sure Mr. Searcy feels a little better about this, but that's still a surprising thing to wake up to. This outdoor security cam shows a cat just cleaning itself in a bin. He's just relaxing, but the camera also catches something else creeping up on this cat. A bear comes into frame and takes a little sniff of the cat, and it looks like it lightly and gently caresses the cat's paw. Once the cat realizes this is a massive bear inches away, he bolts. It actually looks like it scares the bear more than the cat. The owner says the bear frequents this property, and that is one of the main reasons he got the outdoor camera. As we get toward the end of the clip, the cat returns the favor and runs the bear off. This is a wild one.
TikTok user WV Paranormal shared a series of bone-chilling clips in August of 2021, recorded during a seemingly normal family day out in the backyard. What was an ordinary day turned eerie when the family was out and about, playing and tending to their garden. As the clip rolls, we hear the mom call her kids in for a bath. Suddenly, she feels a strange sensation, as if she's being watched, and swiftly turns her camera toward a cluster of trees. Now brace yourself for what she captures. It might take a moment for you to spot it, but look carefully. There seems to be a figure lurking amongst the trees, seemingly watching the children playing. The following day, the mother has a chilling encounter with the figure yet again.
Oh my God, nobody is gonna ever believe this. All right, we're going back inside.
Amidst the sound of her baby crying, she decides it's time to head back indoors. The same towering, bizarre figure is now visibly standing right behind a shed. Its face appearing oddly featureless and gray. It peeks its head out. The family is left baffled but mostly disturbed. What is going on? Is this an intruder spying on her children? Or is this really some mysterious cryptid or creature or misidentified animal? Tell me what you guys would do in this situation, especially if you spotted someone creeping around your family from afar. Let me know. I know what mine would be. In the small town of Brooksville, nestled within the verdant heart of Florida, lived a man by the name of Earl Anderson. Earl was an experienced hunter, known for his patience and keen eye. He had a reputation as a storyteller, sharing tales of his adventures through the sprawling Floridian wilderness. But on an oppressively humid day in July, Earl stumbled upon something that changed his stories forever, and perhaps the tales of this town itself. Late in the evening, after the sultry heat had begun to cool, Earl set out to check his trail cameras nestled deep in the Withlacoochee forest. As he hiked through the damp undergrowth, the chorus of cicadas was deafening. He felt a strange uneasiness creeping up his spine, a feeling he had never experienced in these familiar woods. Upon reaching his trail camera, he immediately noticed something amiss. The camera, usually facing the trail, was askew, pointing haphazardly into the brush. Curiosity piqued, Earl adjusted the camera and retrieved the memory card, anxious to see what had happened. Back at his modest cabin, Earl sat down at his aging desktop computer. He slipped the memory card into the slot, anticipation bubbling within as the images began to load. As he flipped through the pictures, he found the usual suspects: raccoons, deer, an occasional bobcat, which was cool. But then, the images took a turn for the unusual. An enormous figure, bipedal, covered in thick hair, appeared on the screen. It was muscular and broad-shouldered, with long arms and an almost human-like stature. Earl leaned in closer, eyes wide with disbelief. This was no ordinary creature. This was something else. Something he'd only ever heard about in hushed, half-joking conversations at the local bar. Could it be the skunk ape? Florida's very own version of Bigfoot? The final image was the clearest. The creature stared directly into the camera, its eyes reflecting an intelligent gleam. It almost seemed as if it was aware of the camera, hence its skewing. The realization struck Earl like a lightning bolt. He was the first to capture undeniable photographic evidence of the skunk ape. Earl couldn't keep this discovery to himself. He rushed into town, sharing his findings with anyone who would listen. He was met with skepticism. People dismissing Earl as a tall tale teller, finally succumbing to his own stories. But the local newspaper picked up the story, and soon word spread. Experts from around the state poured into Brooksville, all wanting a glimpse at Earl's photos. Some were skeptical, suggesting the image could be an unusually large bear or a clever hoax. However, others couldn't dismiss the clear humanoid features and the uncanny intelligence in the creature's eyes. Finally, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission got involved. After weeks of analysis, they couldn't deny the figure's resemblance to the descriptions of the mythical skunk ape. Though they couldn't conclusively identify the creature, they acknowledged the photos were indeed authentic and hadn't been tampered with. While not a definitive proof, Earl's photos sparked new interest and belief in the skunk ape. Though the doubters remained, Earl was content. He knew what he saw, knew what he had. His tale had a new chapter, one of discovery and wonder, and it was breathing new life into the legend of the Floridian skunk ape.